Hey, let me take some time to look. Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to my session of the day, which I will be present about time management. Okay, so I think as being introduced by Samuel just now, my name is Wong Qin Tong, so normally I prefer people to call me Wong because my name is kinda hard to pronounce, especially for international student. Okay, so I think as a quick sharing about my background, I think just now Samir already mentioned, actually UTM alumni, and I'm previously the UTM Endowment Medical Scholars as well. So other than that, actually I'm also quite active in one of the club and society in UTM, which is called AIESEC in Johor Bahru. So my last role in the clubs is the local committee president for term 2024. And currently I'm working in Panama Master as the mechanical design engineer. Right, and feel free to connect with me on my LinkedIn and for my Instagram if you want to. Right. So before I start my session, let's have some game, okay, which is get to know about speaker, which I will display you three numbers on the screen, which are 6, 5, and 4. So you guys can guess how does these numbers actually related to me. Okay, so maybe I will have a look at the chat box. What do you guys think? What does 6, 5, and 4? Yeah. If you want, you can unmute, or if you want, you can type in the chat box. Also can. Okay. Okay, I'll wait for a few seconds. Is everyone with me? Odd and even number. Okay, I like this one. It's figure maths. But how does odd and even number related to me? Yeah.
Hey, I forgot. Do we need to guess for number?
Yeah, you can guess like how does the number related to me? Countdown perhaps. Okay. Why does countdown start from 6? Time, partition, routine. Okay. So, okay, thanks for participating in the session. Right. So I'll continue. Okay. So what does 6, 5, and 4 related to me? Let me continue. So for 6, actually it represents that I joined a 6 event committee before, where you can see from the first picture, okay, on the left hand side, okay. So it's like the picture that actually I joined as the head of finance and legalities in one of the national AIESEC event. It's called the National Youth Week Forum last year. And for the picture next to it in the middle is I joined as a moderator for one of the engineering experience sharing session for my department. And for the third picture, where I actually also joined as one of the vice president of management for one of the environment competition event. And for the bottom left-hand side is the picture when I joined as the Ali Dewan for Parliament Mahasiswa in UTM for year 2034. And for the picture next to it is I joined as the organizing committee for delegate servicing in one of the AIESEC National Conference. And for the last one is I joined as the facilitator for one of the AIESEC international conference where we actually conducted in UTM, if you can recognize from the picture. Okay. And for 5, actually it represents for like I've joined 5 stand competition before throughout my uni life. Okay. Some of it is actually inside of UTM and some of it is outside UTM where we will need to travel to KL, which is the Tech Olympics. Okay. And I also participate in one of the IoT competition in UTM, and that time our group managed to get the first place. And lastly, which is I took part in the FYP pitching competition and I managed to get second place for it. So for last one, for 4, actually it represent like I have took up 4 organization leadership roles in AIESEC previously. Like for the first one on the left hand side is a picture where I am the local committee president, and actually I travel to KL to have the national meeting with other local chapter president Like it can be from UTM, Taylor's, and Sunway, and so on. And for the picture on the right-hand side next to it is when I'm working as the head of finance and legalities, okay, for the clubs, and we have a meeting with the HDP in the office. And for the third picture is when I'm the director for developing marketing, where we actually actively form collaboration with other cultural society. And for last one is when I'm student member, and I join as the member for customer servicing for the volunteers. Okay, so that's all about me, which is 6, 5, and 4. So why I actually introduce all these things is just like to showcase like the commitment and initiatives that actually I took part throughout my university life. Okay, so oftentimes, actually, I heard this question. Like people will always think that, oh yeah, you are actually joining a lot of clubs, or you being like organizer, this or that. You seems to be very busy. So somehow, actually, I have a question like, is it really being an organizer is always being busy? But for me, the blind spot is, to be honest, not just organizer, okay, but for every university student, everyone is busy. Okay, regardless like whether you join clubs or not, you will be occupied with all the assignment, the test, the quiz, everything is together. So it doesn't just apply to the people that actually actively participate in club. Okay, so this is the typical day for all the university students, okay, life. Like they will always feel like, oh, there's too much to do, okay, and not enough time to do. Yeah, everything the lecturer tell you, oh, next week I want this assignment to be submitted, and then the second lecturer will tell you like, oh, this is tomorrow is going to have a quiz, and you will realize all the tests is actually like arranged together, okay, in the same week, something like that. And most of the time we actually think like not sure is it we feel like overworked, like there's too much on our plate, or it's just that we have bad time management lah. Okay. So the fact is everyone is busy, okay, regardless you are a university student or even you are working adults, like everyone has their own thing okay, in their mind, they have things to do. Every time people is rushing from one point to another. Okay. So when it happens, right, most of the time we will think, again, sometimes, I'm not sure about you guys, but I used to think, like, why some of the university students, they seem to have everything together, like, everything just seems fine for them, okay? They can do everything, they can talk up, they can join any class, they can organize any event, they can join all the competitions, and they can still score in the class, but why, okay? But instead of asking why, actually, I will introduce more to you, like, how can we do it? How can you be one of them? Okay. So for next part of my session, actually, okay, let me proceed first. For next part of my session, which I will be talking about the how, which is very simple, is time management. Okay, how people get everything on their hands, this or that. Okay, they able to perform in every aspect is because I would say the most contribution is coming from they have a proper time management. Okay, so and in fact, we don't really need more time to be productive, okay, or to perform in any task. But it's more towards like we need less distractions. Okay, everyone has the same like 24/7 hours. Okay, so how can you maximize it and then make everything together? The tips from me is first is definitely you need to prioritize. Like you need to manage your priority in order to manage your capacity. So why do I say so? Like for every day, they will have a lot of tasks in our daily life. Okay, regardless is house chores, is maybe for your student, like you are preparing not just for your education, but you're also preparing like maybe you are joining any competition. Okay, it can be academic related, or it can be like I'm not sure like you need to prepare for some performance this or that. Okay, like for other curriculum. So in a way that there's a lot of things to do, and if everything is important, means nothing is important. Okay, because they are equally important. So in order to maximize our capacity in doing every single task, we need to prioritize which is more urgent, more important that we need to do first, okay, or something that we can do later, or something we can not even doing it, right? So this will be a hands-on session, okay? If anyone is joining using laptop, then maybe you can have a pen, you can use your tablet, okay, to make up, we will have a review about schedule. Okay, so first, right, I will need you guys. I believe most of you will have your Google Calendar, or some of you using the Notion for to-do list, this or that. Okay, so you can actually I will answer like you guys to screenshot right for your schedule. Like example, this one is last time when in my year 4 sem 1, which is my last year semester 1. Um, in like November, there's one of the month that I actually at my most peak lah. Okay, you can see I need to attend my friend's graduation night lah. Okay, and then other than that, I'll actually also participate in one of the I have few report I need to submit lah. Okay, like the SONA report, the presentation, even the BO report, this or that. And in between for week 2 of November, I also need to attend one of the tests, okay, which is for signaling. And after that, I will have to attend another meeting review session with my clubs, which is the LCBC. And you will see for third week, I have a discussion about chapter 1. Actually, that's the discussion I'm going to have with my supervisor for my FYP. Okay, and then after that, there's another report due on 15, right? And for the next week, I need to fly to KL to take part in the Olympic competition for the UAV. Okay, and after coming back from the competition, I will need to sit for 2 tests. One is for cell, I forgot what's that already, and the other one is for biochemistry. And after that, for the weekend, I will need to have a second meet up with my supervisor again to discuss about my FYP chapter 2 and chapter 3 and so on, and also my assignment due date. Okay, this is I just showing you my calendar, but I believe you have yours. Okay, so in this ways, I require each of you to really list out maybe for next month for June. Okay, what are the important date and time that you need to take note on in your calendar? It can be assignment due date, it can be any events, okay, or it can be any meeting or any task follow. Yeah. Okay. Is everyone getting it? I hope so. If yes, you can give me a reaction. Okay, then I will start the 3 minute. Someone raised their hand. Oh, okay. Does it have a question, or you can give a thumbs up? No, but it's okay. Okay, so we will have 3 minutes. So let me see this one. Okay.
What do we need to do?
To list out your schedule.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, this one, this one. Okay.
For sure. Everyone ready with their schedule? 1 minute left. Do we need to share our screen?
Okay, it's not necessary. Okay, so we will actually have the sharing by the end of my session. No worries. Okay, so I assume everyone is done after 3 minutes, hopefully. Okay, then we will continue. All right. So after you have done marking the important dates and time in your calendar, right? For next, will be looking into, let's review our schedule together, right? So as you can see from my calendar, okay, as you can see from my calendar, it looks very packed and full, right, for 1 month. So it feels like, oh, there's a lot of things. Oh, what can we do? So no worries, let's break it down, okay, into weekly basis, because like all these things won't happen, okay, like weekly, like it won't happen all at once together, okay. It will happen like in a daily basis, in a weekly basis. So let's have a look in a weekly basis first, okay. So you can actually click your calendar to make it into a weekly view. Okay. So here I share mine last time where I arrange it from Monday to Sunday. Okay, 7 days, and then you can see I have the classes and then I have some meetings and this or that. Okay. So but something to take note, right? When we actually look into the calendar, I'm not sure about yours, like mine like seems a little bit full. But do bear in mind that having a busy schedule doesn't mean that you are being productive. You can be busy whole day, you can be busy like the whole year, but in a way that it doesn't mean you are actually being productive throughout the day. I can do 10 things at a time, okay, in 1 day, but it doesn't mean that my output is very good. It can be I'm just doing 1% for all tasks, okay, for every task. But if only having like 5 tasks in a day, it doesn't mean that I'm not being unproductive, but I have like maybe 50% output for each of my tasks. So I actually contribute more compared to having 10 links in 1 day, right? So first thing is how can we review our schedule? Like I will need every one of you, like from your weekly calendar, you can actually like mark down the non-negotiable schedule, which is something that's important and something that you must do. Okay, important for us, like for me, how do I refer it is something that I must do as a university student. Like example, I should um, focus on my lecture hours. Okay, so that's for me lah, right? And other than lecture hours, which is I will block my time from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, for the lecture hours, I will block it like for this time, I will only like mainly focus for academic. Then other than that, since I think just now I share, I'm quite active in all the my class and society. So for nighttime, actually I'll reserve for my class and society meeting or synergy if there's any lah, or any working space, okay, if it's necessary. And other than my lecture hours and also my meeting, I will also mark down like the your daily activities that's non-negotiable. Okay, you must have your lunch break. Okay, you must have your dinner break. Okay, and then you need time to shower. And when it comes to physical class, you need time to travel. Okay, from one place to another, like from your hostel to your faculty. Okay, or even from one faculty to another faculty, this or that. You do need to consider the traveling time. And other than that, there will be some empty slot, which is other than your non-negotiable schedule. Okay, so in the next 3 minutes, we will need each of you to put down your non-negotiable schedule for your weekly basis. Is it clear? If it's clear, then you can put a wave in the chat box so I know that you get the idea. Question one: do you have any time management pieces to learn about? Okay, I will try to answer in the Q&A later. Okay. Yeah, but is everyone clear with the instruction? on what you need to do now, or what we need to do now. Okay, yeah. Someone get it? Someone didn't get it? If you get it, you can give me a reaction. Yeah. Then we'll start the 3 minutes. Is everyone stay with me? Okay. Okay, I'll start the 3 minutes. Okay. To write down your non-negotiable schedule, right? Okay.
It will depend on the way to adjust things.
Okay, time's up. Is everyone okay? I see a chat box, there's no text other than the previous question. Is everyone following for now? If you're okay, you can type a 1 so I know that you guys are following. Because we almost reached the last part for this activity already. Yeah. Okay, I'll wait a while until someone responds. There's no one responding. Oh, okay. Only our senior is responding. What about the rest? Are you guys okay? Okay. Yay. Alright. Even though I hope to get more, but it's fine. Yeah, at least I know there's some people participating. Okay. So, alright. So after already marked down the most important schedule, now we will continue, which is to actually look into the empty slot of your session, right? So the next thing is I will actually need each of you to plan your commitment accordingly into your empty slot. How do I define commitment? Which is something that is not a must, okay? It's not something that we must do, but it's something that necessary, okay, for you to complete the other main task, right? So for this one, like as you can see on the right hand side, I have listed down, like example, my clubs and society, and the time that I should use to study, even do assignment, or some me time. Okay, for me, like anything I want to do, lah. It can be hanging out with friends, or it can be just, some random days, just sleep there. And another thing, it since that time is my FYP, so it's my year four. So one of the something I think I need some time to do my FYP, which I located as FYP lah. Okay, so you may actually put down this block of commitment into your empty slots. Okay, so I can show some of the example here, which I put it like the pink and green color. Okay, in between the empty slot. Okay. One thing, my advice is try not to put your schedule too packed. Okay, not like from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. first you go to class, and then 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. you go to another, or say you attend another commitment already. That will be too packed for you. Try to have some gap in between each time block, I would say. Okay. Does everyone get the idea? Which is slot in the commitment, which is something not a must but necessary, into your empty slot. Okay, is everyone okay? If you're okay, maybe you can give me okay. Thank you for wrapping. Okay, so now if I have 3 minutes for that, I believe Sammy already screenshot the instruction into the group, which will easier for you guys to refer lah. Okay, so we have the last 3 minutes, and then after this we will continue for the session already. Okay. Hey, time's up. Is everyone okay? As usual, the chat box is so empty. Oh no. If you guys are done, can tap the button so I know whether you guys are done. Am I going too fast? Or everyone of you?
Say that.
Sorry? Anyone say anything? Yeah, you can unmute if you want to. Because it's virtual, it's a bit hard to engage. But I cannot hear you. Oh, can you repeat? Oh no. Or you can type in the chat box.
I think someone mistakenly turned on their mic.
Basically turn them up. Okay, that's fine. How about the rest? Is everyone doing fine? Are you guys okay? Are you guys doing good? Oh no, no one is typing too. Is everyone still here? Okay. Yeah, this is 908. Okay, thanks for giving me reaction and thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much. Alright, so I will continue. Okay, so I believe like after each of you, you have list out your non-negotiable schedule, and also like for the commitment that you think you want to take part in. So in a way that you realize like, let's be honest, when you actually really put down like the things that is important and necessary only, you do have time to actually manage your academic and also like as an event organizer and this or that. Yet you still have time to sort in other personal commitment as well. Whether you want to have gathering with a friend, you want to do sports, this or that, you do have time for that. Okay. Even like as you can see from my schedule, right? This is I refer to my last time when I'm still a university student. Like I will put myself maximally like have 5 time blocks in one day. Like that's the maximum I will put in one day because for me, okay, it will be different for everyone. Like for me, I know that the maximum, like the max productivity I can have in one day is only 5 tasks. More than that, I will feel mentally drained. I will feel physically tired as well, which I won't be able to focus. I won't be able to contribute the best, okay, in when I'm doing the task. So I know that I will need some rest. I would rather just take more rest, okay, have more breaks, okay, or even like do some house chores, this or that, instead of actually spending time on the activity, okay. So as you can see, like I will have some gap, which is the white color, as you can see, right? Like after like going to lecture class, even like doing like some of the tasks from my clubs. After that, we'll have some rest. Okay, I won't put like fully like from 1 to 12, then 12 to 2, then 2 to 4, something like that. I know that it won't be productive. Okay, so it will be good like if you're able to know what is the maximum focus that you can have in one day. Everyone is different. Some can do more, some can do less. Then it's actually totally fine, right? So and after conducting the activity, I hope that you guys have the clearer picture on where do you actually really spend your time, okay? And are you really using your time like effectively, okay? So I'll continue like with the session to talk about some of the myth for time management. Okay, when it comes to time management, like these are the two pages that I find it very relevant. Okay, the first one is we will be mentally busy. Okay, we'll be like, oh my god, okay, today I have so many things to do. I don't even know where to start. It's like, oh, there's so many things. I feel stressed. Okay, there's anxiety, and then we're like, oh, there's a lot of assignment. Oh, tomorrow I have 2 quizzes. I haven't studied. Okay, and then, oh, I still have meetings, this or that. I think about weekend, I still need to hang out with my friends. Oh, there's so many things. And you keep on thinking like you are mentally being busy, mentally being occupied until the whole day it's like you can't focus at all. You will just keep on being busy, feeling stressed, like stressing your own self. And at the end, you feel, oh yeah, today I gave my best shot already, even though you actually do nothing. Okay? Then for the picture on the right hand side is more like actually most of the time we spend a lot of times, to like you can I think what you also mentioned, like you go online and then you search what is the time management tips. Like you also listen some tips from others or even you join my session today. Okay. Or everyone knows that yeah, I need to be disciplined. That's the key of time management. Everyone know it. But the truth is we spend a lot of time to learn about it, but we rarely implement it. Okay, it's like we all know the theories, but when it comes to implementation, it's so little. So that's one of the pain when it comes to time management as well, which I also find it difficult sometimes. But once you really take more action instead of being mentally busy, you will actually able to manage your time a bit by a bit. Okay, so and what I'm trying to say is being productive. Okay, is how to say being able to focus on your work. Like it's like you spend lesser hours of focused works actually has much more productivity than you spending like 1,000 hours of distracted work. As the same as what I mentioned, like every day I only spend 5 schedule of focus hour. Okay, only five blocks of focus hour. If I say that today I'm going to attend the class, then I'm just attend the class. I won't do other things. If I already blocked the times that I'm going to eat my lunch, I will just eat my lunch. I won't think about later lunch other tests later lunch have quiz Okay, then after this tomorrow need to submit assignment. No, no, no. If it's lunch time, just eat. Okay, if it's my nap time, I will just nap. Okay, if it's the time that I will need to attend meeting, I will just attend meeting. I won't think about other things. That's how I define the focus work. Okay, and it being 15 hours of distracted work, it can be like when I'm actually attending my class, I think about the meeting later. Then I'm doing two things at one time. And when I'm actually traveling, or it's like when I actually uh, eating my dinner, I keep on thinking about, oh, I need to submit assignment today. Okay, I'm not being focused. That's what I say, right? So in a way, having focus hours, it will be able to improve your productivity. Okay, so this will be my I would say 3 tips or 3 steps on how I actually maximize my time management. First thing is, like what I mentioned, manage your priorities to manage your capacity. In a way, is identify the must do, okay, the important one, and remove the distractions which is unnecessary. Okay. After managing your priorities, which is when each of the time block, you need to practice mindfulness. How can you be more focused? Okay. And this is why I have time blocking. If I block my time for task A, I will only do task A, something like that. And having time blocking and focus hour on works, in a way, it will able to enhance your productivity. And lastly, which is not just keep all the time blocking in your calendar. Okay, the most important part is please put it into action. Put all your time planning. Like if you mention that you want to complete 10% of your assignment today, then try your best to manage to complete 10% today. It's not like, oh, today cannot finish, tomorrow lah, something like that. Okay. So, and for time management, actually, there's not much fancy tips. It's more like how you're able to be consistent and being disciplined enough to stick to your own schedule. And that's actually the very, very, like, I would say that's the foundation for time management lah. Okay, so is it someone in the chat box? Someone raised their hand. Yes? Or is it press wrongly? Okay, if I wait for 5 seconds, there's no open mic, I'll just move it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, continue. Alright, so yeah, there's the 3 tips. Then, yeah, so oftentimes during my degree time, people actually will say like, oh, why you're so busy with so many commitments, like every day you're busy. My friends will be like, oh, Wong, you're so busy. Every day see you're very busy. But for me, okay, from my perspective, instead of actually saying that I'm busy, I would say that I free my time for so many opportunities. Because for having a proper time management, like to really manage your priority, like what things that you think is important for you, okay, important for you throughout it can be throughout your life, it can be throughout your degree, like you will make time for it, okay, you will make time for it. That's what we say. So I would say that I actually free my time for all these self-development opportunities. Like these are the pictures actually when I took part in the touch point in AIESEC, where some of it is I joined the company visit. Okay, we have a company visit and then we actually have some networking and then experience sharing from the company, and even you can get to know more what are the job opportunities or how is their company structure, this and that. And some of the picture is when we actually attending the partnership meeting with the corporate partner, where we actually exchange their idea and to understand the corporate's pain and gain, and in a way that we can understand how can we form this how to say partnership better, right? And other picture is for like actually attending those conference, leadership conference in AIESEC, and then you can network with other youth from other university. Okay, some of them even coming from UNIMAS, I remember. Then UMS, then UM, what else? Like UTM, UM also have. It's like you just network with everyone lah, and then exchange ideas, get to know more friends. Okay, and also learn more section, learn the leadership section in the conference. And yeah, other than the self-development, I do spend time as well for other casual activities, okay, with my club and society members. Like for example, one of it, I actually attend their birthday lah. Like they suddenly invite me and then, oh, okay, okay, and then I go to their family birthday lah. And then most of the time, actually, we spend a lot of time to makan together, like having dinner lah, steamboat lah, or maybe just mamak lah, okay. And we also like, we even plan like end-term trips together, where I think last time we go Penang lah, just cuti Malaysia, okay? And then we travel to actually appreciate like for the time we spend to work together. And some of it we also have like random weekends activity where we go and do some sports together. Okay, we go play badminton, okay, we go play bowling, we go play ice skating, we even go to the waterfall. Yeah, yeah, there's more and more. When you actually manage your time properly, like not just busy about like participating in events, busy about academics, but you do have time to do more like small relaxing activities that able to relax your mind and even like uh recharge your energy lah. And last one, not just about like my class of society, but I also have more time to actually connect and make friends with my other classmate, and then we have like some random celebration together. Okay, like we have countdown lah, or even we go to have like hiking with my other classmate. Okay, we go like travel here and there, and also have more time to spend with family as well. Okay, so in a way for me, like my advice is like try whenever you feel like things are getting hard, okay, or you feel like things are a lot, try not to start blaming that, oh, why every day there's too many commitment for me, and I feel like I have lesser time. But sometimes it's worth for you to actually ask yourself like what's the part is lacking for you to manage it. Like am I actually like maybe first thing think about how you really spend your time, okay, in 24 hours. How many times you're actually really doing the work, or how many times you just scrolling your social media. That's the question fall back to you, okay? I wouldn't know, but only you know yourself the best. And even like how you actually really spend your time when it comes to study. Are you really studying? When it comes to like doing other like meetings, this or that, are you really being in the meeting, or are you just wandering there and then sit there, look at the people, and not giving in any inputs and not listening any outputs also? It's actually coming back to you. Okay, so with that, let me see. Someone raised their hand again. I assume it's tekan wrongly. Okay, let me finish few more slides only. Okay, so I think I'm trying to say it's why I mentioned that something is to reflect on yourself. What's the part is taking on you for you to manage all the commitment. Okay, because in a way, the problem that you face today, where you find it like, oh, it's very hard for me to juggle all these. I already feel very occupied even for managing my academic commitment, this or that. Like you can be like, yeah, maybe I'm just not capable to do it. You can say so, I would say. There's not wrong. But trust me that you will face the same problem in the future, and then you will find actually this is one of the obstacle for you like to go further. Even like if you find it a bit hard now, when you actually go into workforce, right, you will even find it harder. Like, oh, people are chasing for me for the project deadlines. Okay. I mean, not just engineer, any project guys, it can be event, okay? Like people are chasing for my report lah, and then you feel like you don't really have your time for a family lah, even if you're already married or something, okay, you have kids, this or that. You feel like you always don't have enough time for anything. Okay? It's still coming back to the basis of how you really manage your time management and the things that really important and matter to you, and what are the things that's actually distracting for you and unnecessary. Okay, so and I would like to close my section with this is the quote that I find very relevant, which is the lesson that you struggle with will always repeat itself until you learn from it. Okay. Back then when my time management is not that good, okay, I always feel like I'm a lifeless amoeba. Okay, amoeba you can see on the picture. That's why I feel like every day very tired. So many things to do. Why every day I wake up and to do so many things. But until that I actually really review how I use my time and remove the distraction and be more mindful this or that, I'm able to improve my productivity and somehow become better in managing every task on hand. Okay, so that's all from me, and I hope my session is helpful for you guys. So maybe I'm not sure, Samir, do we have the Q&A time?
Yes, we have 7 minutes.
Okay, okay. All right. So maybe we can open for Q&A. Then I'll see. I think Chatbox has one question, right?
Hi guys, do not hesitate to ask any kind of question. It's totally fine. I mean, related to the topic, yes. And it's quite helpful, I believe. Everybody can also get help from it. After the session, we will provide the feedback form. So please fill in the feedback form later on.
Okay. Thank you, Sam. I think while waiting for other questions, right, I will answer one of the questions from the chat box. Do you have any time management tips for students struggle with mental health, and especially those with adult ADHD? Sometimes time blocking does not work for us. Mm, for this, right, actually, I wish to clarify more like how do you define time blocking doesn't work? Yeah, if you don't mind to answer, you can unmute or you can type in the chat box. It's fine. For what's her name? I think it's a her, like Rosanna Hindi.
Yeah, that's the first question.
But I want to clarify like how does you define like time blocking doesn't work for you? I give 5 seconds. Okay, that's not okay. Then if actually why I ask question because I want context like because sometimes when we say time blocking doesn't work, it's very subjective. Like why it doesn't work. Okay, yes, it can be. Is it a lot of distraction this or that? But if it comes to ADHD, I do have this. Mm, I think okay, I'm not sure lah. Because for me, I cannot give the advice, especially because for me, I don't know whether I have this condition or not. To be honest, uh, but I think last time I do search online regarding ADHD because sometimes I feel like I have, but I don't know whether I have or not. Actually, they are advised like you can actually visit like the doctors to get to know if it's really like memang affect your daily life, right? They will give you some medicine that after you took the medicine, like your mind will feel more clear, like you won't have too many voices in your head. That's what I know, okay? But I would advise that you to actually check it out with the licensed doctor. Yeah, that's better. But other than that, when it comes to time blocking, actually time blocking it won't work if it's not being mindful. I think the root cause of not being mindful, like it will be too, your mind is too occupied with too many things. Is it can be there's too many like there's like worry about too many things at one time. My advice is instead of actually spending your time to worry, it will just grow your worries. It's more like you are enlarging the problems. You are enlarging the anxiety. And when we enlarge it, right, it will just grow bigger and bigger. My advice is not putting too much focus on that. Okay? Because our focus is where we give the energy into. When you give your energy to worries, you will have more worries. When you give your energy to do tasks, okay, you spend your energy on tasks. Yeah, that's something that I used to do when I'm in my FYP lah. Okay, I hope I'm answering your question. Okay, then we move on to the second question. I found that sometimes I started things happen or some tasks require me to take more time than expected. This made me unable to follow the original schedule. What is the end suggestion for this situation? Okay, from Ziyi, right? Okay, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, you're one of the junior. If I'm not mistaken, but maybe just people the same name. Okay. So for this question, right, it's a good question. I do face this before when I actually manage my schedule. Like previously, before I really know how much I can do one day, I used to squeeze a lot of tasks, okay, in one day. I will make my schedule very packed. Like maybe one day, I put 10 tasks, okay, 10 blocks. So after knowing that, wow, why I still feel very tired. And then each task I feel like I cannot finish. I cannot finish it in 1 hour. I need it 1.5 hours. Then I will actually revise my schedule. I will make it 1.5 hours. Then I will reduce the number of tasks in one day. Okay, maybe 10, I cannot do it. I'll do 7. After I do 7 tasks per day, I still realize I cannot finish it. I will reschedule it again until I find out that the best I do is 5 tasks per day. Okay, there's something that maybe for you, you can revise it from time to time and revise your schedule, whether your schedule is realistic or not. Okay, like example, if you need a lot of time to shower, yeah, then your shower time you don't put 30 minutes, you put 1 hour. Example, okay. Even same goes for assignment. You think that you can do it in 1 hour, but the truth is you need 2 hours to complete the assignment to really have some progress. Then you do put your time for 2 hours to have some buffer time. Okay? And don't put your schedule one next to each other. That's too packed. To have some wide gap. Okay, as the one I showed you just now. Okay, hope I'm answering your question. Then for Lim Tian Yu, how to develop the discipline to get the task done on time? How to develop the discipline? Mm, for me, how to develop the discipline? Okay, I think for me it's more like getting know about the consequences. That's what I always do. Okay, to be honest, there will always be time that I want to be lazy. I'm human also. Okay, I'll feel tired. I'll feel like this is too much. I don't want it. Okay, why have I signed up for so many things? It's normal. But the thing is, I think about the consequences. If today I'm not doing this, what I'm going to face, and if it happens, can I handle it? Okay, uh, and if not, will I regret something like that? Okay, like example, if I know that okay today I have a meeting tomorrow, okay, and I don't feel like I want to prepare for my meeting. I'll be like, oh never mind lah, I just going in the meeting lah. I don't need to prepare anything. I don't need to prepare slide. I don't need to prepare context. I just jump into the meeting. Example, right? Okay, but the consequences about not preparing before the meeting is I will waste everyone's time. Okay, when everyone join the meeting, right, I cannot give them anything. Or just like, oh, I'll look into it later. Yeah, I didn't prepare this. Okay, I'll look into it. Imagine like if you join a meeting with this kind of person, you, like the person actually wasting your time. You feel like, I purposely arrange my time, empty my 1 hour with you, and then you just tell me nothing. Just tell me, oh, I didn't do, I haven't looked into it, this or that. I will realize that I'm wasting everyone's time. That's the consequences. Another consequences is I'm also ruining my uh, is it branding? Okay, your personal branding on how people will look at you when in the future, how they will look at you. They will have the impression, oh, this person like to drag task one. Macam not that trustworthy. Okay, you are representing yourself. I would say that. And another thing is more like getting know about the consequences. It can be fall back to study also. Because last time I used to study STTM, Form 6, okay, and I'm not someone like who is very hardworking in study, I would say that. Okay, I also have last minute study, but there's a bottom line in me lah. How last minute I want to be. Okay, because for me like I have a bottom line as in I don't want to retake the paper. Okay, like I only want to spend 6 months on it. I don't want to see this paper anymore. So I will force myself like to really study at least like you score a good grades. Okay, so I don't have to take the same paper anymore. That's for me lah. because I know the consequences of retaking paper is not something that I want. I will feel very stressed. For one semester, sit for 4 years is already stress. If I need to retake, I need to sit for 6 or more. I feel like that's too much for me, so I would rather not do that. Okay, that's the key for me to be disciplined, which is I don't want to face the bad consequences. That's for me. Okay. Then I hope I answered the question. For BCJX, what is your take on techniques like pole, ball, model, and space repetition? How would you set time to that? Actually, I think for space repetition, I haven't heard about it. Sorry. But for the Pomodoro, I heard about it, which is I think the tomato, right? The 5, 25, something like that. The minutes, okay, 30 minutes. Okay, let me search on that's better before I randomly answer like Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes interval followed by 5 minutes break. Okay, with a longer break. Okay, I think for like having some small break in between for me, for me, actually this one is just for reference lah. Okay, in my opinion, okay, because like example, for me when I do the task, like if I put 1 hour, right, I do for even now I'm working, okay, working as engineer. When I actually do the things, when I work for 30 minutes, for the next 30 minutes, right, I feel like my brain already jammed. Okay, you cannot turn already. Yeah, your mind jam. You'll feel like, wow, what is this? Even there's something very simple, right? You look at it, you won't understand because your mind is already blank. It's very drained. And when that happens, I will just take a 5 minute break, like go to toilet, this or that, drink some water, then come back and do your task. That's for me lah. Okay, so it's like for me if I stop every 20 minutes, right, I don't have any output from there because how my mind work is if I do for focus, if I catch the point already, like suddenly your brain every point connected, right, ding 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 ding, ding, then you can do everything already. So I will just very focused plan the 40 minutes, but after 40 minutes suddenly my brain shut down, then suddenly everything doesn't work. So I will just stress. After take a break for 5 minutes, then I'll come back again and continue for another 40 minutes, something like that. For me, it depends on how how long is your focus time span for VCJX. Okay. If for me, it's not necessary to follow the Pomodoro method. Okay. I hope this help. I hope I'm answering your question. Okay. Next question. Best tool to help in time management. Best tool to help. Mm, for me, actually, I'm only using the Google Calendar lah. Okay, there's something that simple, like easy to use. Just block your time only, like macam play puzzle, you know. If the time is blocked is full, then I cannot do anything. Something like that. I will just use that to block my time or how I want to put in the puzzle into my big calendar. I didn't really use other time management tools for me lah, for me, okay. But if you need some to-do list, right? I heard that some of them actually use the Notion, which some of them find it quite useful that you can record all the notes, all the to-do list. You have a checklist, you can tick, something like that. For me, I don't use that because I rarely rely on to-do list. Maybe I don't need that, but for you, maybe there's something you can look into. If you realize even just time management is not enough, but you need a checklist to check whether you complete the task or not. Okay. And for Google Calendar, they will actually send you notification. Like example, before I join this meeting, right, my Google Calendar before 10 minutes, it will say, oh, after 10 minutes, you will have this you need to do. Like it will remind me uh, to do maybe to do assignment, or it will remind me to spend some time on my FYP. It will remind me like I have to attend class later, something like that. Yeah, use it as a reminder also. Lah. Okay, hope I answering your question. 是你来 do you have a moment that you know you have so many things to do, but you're just too tired and lazy to begin and see the person? Yeah. Here, last minute. How do you fight procrastination? How do I fight procrastination? Mm, How do I fight? Okay, maybe I give you another perspective to look into. We do need to fight procrastination, okay? Because procrastination is something you imagine is there, right? The thing is, procrastination, if you put your, okay, it's coming back to the focus. If you put your focus to procrastinate, you will just keep on procrastinate. The easiest way to overcome it is actually just take action, like just start doing the thing. Okay. For example, you tell yourself that oh you want to start doing FYP. Not just say, but really like open your file. Okay, start even you just type one row, right? You are starting. You are actually slowly forcing yourself to turn into the focus mode. Yeah. It will be like, I'm very busy, then you keep on scrolling, then it will still be there. Like it's coming back to the where we actually focus, spend our focus on. If you keep on thinking about procrastinating, then I will just keep on thinking about like what you are what you think. Okay, something like that. Your mind will affect your action. Like that's for me also. Okay, I also feel very tired. When I feel very tired, I will, if it's necessary, I will take a nap. It can be 20 minutes to 1 hour. I will just sleep. Yeah, after I sleep, then wake up, go and take a bath, then I will start doing works already. It's not like after you wake up, you're like, I still want to scroll my phone, then you scroll your phone again, then you feel tired again, you're like, oh, there's too much. Okay, it's more like really put into action. Yeah, it's more like stop giving ourselves too many excuses or too many buffer. And it's still coming back to think about the bad consequences. Are you ready to face it? Yeah, something like that lah. Okay. Minimize procrastination, especially when don't feel like doing what the task need to be done. Don't feel like doing. Mm. For this one, right, I actually have another. I just want to share. I actually answered this already in the previous one, but there's some perspective you can look into. Like when we are actually doing tasks, right, a lot of time we spend a lot of time to feel that we feel ourselves, okay, feeling ourselves. We spend our time to feel ourselves like, oh, how do I feel this or that? But to be honest, other than feeling, we should spend more time on doing the task. Okay. Um, how should I put into words? Let me think again. It's more like when we feel ourselves too much, right? Okay, like it's more like you spend too much time to feel your feeling. Okay, in a way, we are more like putting yourself at a very important state until you can't do the task. Okay, it's like you over enlarging how important you are, how important you feel until you can't really do your task. Okay, but to be honest, when it comes to a society, okay, put aside like whether you're a student or what, the truth is, if we want to keep how the society, like the society, the norm to works, like how everyone just like your lecturer just come and give lecture, won't you think they will feel tired also? Like if they want to mark your assignment, they also feel tired. Wow, what student send me this or something like that. But the thing is, if imagine if this were right, like today, everyone is too busy to feel themselves. Okay, like I feel very sad. I feel very stressed. I feel very angry. This or that. But when everyone is too busy to feel or put too much attention on themselves until they neglect the task, actually they are messing up the how the society circle, something like that. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure do you get it. Mm. Another things, okay, another things about how to minimize the procrastination. This will be last, okay, I promise. Another thing to about minimize the procrastination. It's not just about thinking the bad consequences, but another perspective is to think about the what are the things that you want to be lah. Okay, like I used to tell myself this thing lah. Okay, which is something like in Chinese we call 成功的烦恼. Okay, this is for me lah. I think about this. I haven't read this kind of article yet, but that's my personal realization lah. we call it the 成功的烦恼 in English is called like the struggle that I have to face if today I want to succeed, something like that. Okay, so like for me myself, I want to be someone who score in grades. Okay, I want to be someone who's like able to manage event. Okay, because I know that I want to deliver results. That's for me lah. Okay, so in order to be someone like that, okay, who will score and then you uh, perform in the events that you do, you're able to perform like the task this or that. I have to push myself. First is manage my time. Okay. Second thing is if I want to make my schedule so packed, if I want to say yes to everything, to the thing that I want to, then I should put time in it. Okay, that's for me. It's like if I want to be someone like you want to be your future self, then you need to uh, face the challenges, something like that. So I call it 成功的烦恼. Like I can actually don't face all these things. Okay, I can put aside all these obstacles. I can away it. Like I can run away from it, something like that. But if today I keep on running away from the things that I find it very hard to do, okay, actually I'm just running farther and farther away from the goal that I want to be. It's like in Chinese we call it 如果你今天一直绕着那个路走 right 你只会离你的终点越来越远 okay in English is if you keep on avoiding the obstacles you are going away from the path that you want lah. Then when you look back right maybe you're already 30 minutes further. If I keep on avoiding I will be 100 meters away. If I keep on avoiding again I will be maybe 2000 km already. So okay, is coming back to if you want to be someone, but you will have something, then do face the consequence. Do face the challenges. Yeah. Okay. I hope I answered your question. Okay. So I pass back to Samuel.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shintong, for your amazing session. I hope everybody, not hope, I'm glad that everybody got to learn a lot of things. And personally, I actually had benefited with the same session before, so that's why I try to create opportunity for everyone so that everyone also can learn. So I used to have like I have one commitment for club, then I cannot handle that one also. Then after I had a really good understanding on my schedule, setting up priorities of the schedule, which is important and which is not that much important, I can put it for sometime else, or I need to settle it quickly. That's how like I start blocking my time, and I got like I got so much benefited now. Now coming to this year, I can manage a lot of things and even my own time. So I hope and I wish everybody got learn a lot of things, and we did record the session, so you can refer back again. And before we go, I would like to request everyone to open their camera so that we can have a photography session. Hello guys, hello, hello. I'm sorry, I don't have a camera because I'm using PC. So uh, guys, I give you a few minutes, 1 minute. So please open your camera so we can take a quick shot. Hello. Oh, so many people opening the camera. So nice. Yeah, that's the energy we need. Hi guys. Okay, counting on 10 second. No, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here you go. Say cheese. Oh, sorry. Cheese. Okay, nice. I will share the picture in the group later on. So once again, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Don't go. We have a feedback form, so you need to fill in the feedback form to get your certificate. So please fill in your feedback form. Once again, thank you so much, Ong, for joining our session and finding time for us among your busy schedule. Even though currently you are an engineer working in a farm company, and still you had time for us. So we are really glad to have you back again. And yeah, so thank you so much once again for Ong to joining for us and giving a really valuable session. Hoping that everybody get benefited, and also thank you so much to everyone for joining today's session and make it live and make it possible today. So we have a lot of participants today, so yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day, and I would wait for 10 minutes until you fill in your feedback form. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks Samuel for inviting me, and I will leave the link first. Right.
Thank you, Ong. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Please do not forget to fill in the feedback form, which is really important to issue your certificate and the attendance. Okay, sure. Wait, I shared the link. Let me check where is the link. Yeah, you can fill in the feedback form, so we will process it later on.